What's happening? What's happening, Abs Nation? Welcome back. So, this is going to be my first Dig a Little Deeper Friday. Okay, so I used to do some little Dig a Little Deeper song that I found, things like that on Fridays on my Facebook. And then I just kind of like gotten away from all that. So now I'm bringing it to the YouTube channel to actually dig a little deeper on some topics that I want to focus on and things that people bring up to me that they would want to dig into a little deeper. So today, for the first one, I want to dig into, here's my question. Why do I struggle with consistency? Why do I struggle with consistency? And that's a big thing for me because I know I need to be consistent. I think a lot of people know they need to be consistent at stuff, but the struggle is real. And just knowing, because I know my God is greater than that, and I know it can be done. So my goal is to figure out what are some ways that's going to help me be more consistent. So I started thinking back, digging back into myself, because I was just like, why am I not consistent? Why is that such a hard thing for me? So I started thinking about when I was in my childhood and how I never really had anything to be consistent with. I never really had anything really going towards to where it was something that I just was really consistent at. Singing, I just sung. Right? It wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna practice, because I've never been like, oh, I want to be the best this, I want to be the best singer, I want to do all of this stuff. It was just, I sing, right? I sing, and the Lord gives me what I need to sing, and that's just what it is. So I even need to be better with that. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as well. But I never really had anything to be really consistent with, where it was just a constant thing. It's just, if it gets done, it gets done. If it don't, it don't. And that's just kind of how my life rolls. So now I'm struggling. I'm struggling, y'all. So I wanted to see, put in there, are you struggling, y'all? I know it's not just me struggling with being consistent, right? Especially when it comes to health and eat right and all that type of stuff. It's real, y'all. So I found this article when I was looking. And this is just looking at stuff like this is probably going to help me be more consistent, just kind of researching and getting into those things and learning more, right? So it's called The Reason Why You're Struggling to Be Consistent and How to Fix It. So I'm not going to read this is like some pages long thing, so I'm just going to kind of highlight a few points, because I will be back focused in on this consistency. We're going to be digging a little bit more as I get more information and stuff like that, and what I've been doing, like have I gotten better, that type of stuff. I'm gonna let y'all know, or if it's just not working and I need to figure out how to revamp it. Yeah, it's cool, okay? I've been doing better with my water. So off topic. Well, no, not really, because consistency. I've been drinking some type of water every day. This has been helping me. I have it's called the coldest water, right? Bottle. It's kind of like a hydro flask, but it's supposed to keep I did some research on it too, and it keeps it colder and colder longer. Even though the hydro flask is still fine. But yeah, I've been using that, and I've been drinking. Still not where I need to be, but just a little, right? Being consistent at it, trying to drink more is a good thing. But anyway, let's get back to this article. So I want to read a few things. It says, the reason why you're struggling to be consistent. Right, here's the answer. And this was good when I read this. So it says, you're focused on the outcome rather than the process. A lot of times we focus on the outcome. Most of the time you be like, oh my gosh, I want to be fit, or I want some tone, or whatever it is fitness wise. I want to eat healthy. You look for the outcome, and then it can become overwhelming, and we're not focused on the process, those baby steps, those steps to get into it. So it says, this is not to say that the outcome is not important, but if we become fixated on outcome, it will work against us, no matter how compelling Why? Because any outcome compelling enough to excite you is probably one that won't be achieved without hard work and sacrifice over a long period of time. Without certain processes in place to help us, most of us aren't able to maintain the effort needed to accomplish these outcomes. And that is so true when it comes to your health. That's a lifestyle, right? It's just an ongoing thing. And so when you're looking at that outcome and then you don't start to receive that, you all motivated. That's how, I'm be working out, I'm be in that gym, boom, 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 be right? And then you go, I go to the gym, get workout. All right, cool. And going, you do good on 1 week, and then the next week, I got this going on, so I can't make it. Or man, I'm tired. I'm not feeling it today. And then you start falling off of that consistency, and then you back to square one, and then you got to start all the stuff back up again. All right. So let me keep going. So the plan. If you want to achieve your desired outcomes, you must build consistency into your plan. But before we get to that, we need to define the plan. For me, the plan consists of 4 parts. And not me, like the article that I'm reading, and I'll put some information on that article in the description as well to get to that. But it says, here are 4 parts. Identify the desired outcome. For example, I want to become fit. Okay. And then number 2, identify the big why behind your desired outcome. Example, by becoming healthy in mind and body, I will have the energy to meet the physical, spiritual, and emotional needs of my loved ones. Love that. Okay. Number 3, setting goals that will gradually get you to your desired outcome. Example, lose 10 pounds in 30 days. So setting those SMART goals. And then 4, developing processes to accomplish these goals. Example, 3-mile run, 5 days a week. So really breaking that down. So this is what I'm going to be doing is these 4 steps in this plan. And that's going to be a focus for me. So glad I got break. Ooh, I got a week off, y'all. Even though it's not going to feel like I got a week off because I got other things to do. But anyway, keep on moving. So there's a few other things I want to go over. And here are some tips and some different things for that. I'm not going to go in depth in it and read all of this stuff because, like I said, I will be back digging a little deeper into these different parts. But I do want to go over those different parts. So number 1, be present. Okay. In the simplest term, being present means being fully engaged in the task at hand. So be present into whatever you're trying to do for yourself to better yourself. Number 2, anticipate the dip. A lot of times we don't do that, right? Most of us go into new endeavors believing that the path to our desired outcome is straight and clear. The amazing thing is that we believe this even when we know better from past experiences. In this book, The Dip, Seth Godin says that anything worth pursuing will have a messy middle. So I have not read this book. I will be looking into this book. I will put that information also in the description box because I'm going to purchase this book so I can read about the dip, because a lot of times we don't set ourselves up for what happens when that thing comes. What are we going to do? How are we going to, being proactive at whatever it is. So like me, my thing is like, man, I'm tired after coming from work and working with kids all day, my children, and I just want to go home, eat, and go to bed, right? So just those things like, how can I motivate when I have that dip, when I have that drainage, whatever, what can I do to refocus me to make sure I stay on task? If I'm supposed to work out on this day, I can't let my feelings, how I feel at that point, mess up my plans, because that's going to throw me off of my goal. So anticipate the dip. Know it's coming because it's coming, but you ready for it. I want to be ready for it. Oh, okay, there go that dip. There go that dip. Here I go. I'm coming back at you, and you don't get to do that. I'm not supposed to fall in the dip, right? All right. And then 3, uninspired, do it anyway. Okay. So Uninspired, do it anyway. A lot of times you're like, oh, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it today. Just think about, just do it. Regardless of how you feeling, do it anyway, right? And then number 4, go back to basics. In any pursuit, most of us are eager to rush through the basics to get to the more exciting, advanced stuff. But when we don't spend enough time mastering the fundamentals, we can easily become discouraged by advanced tactics and strategies, right? So important. And I tell my kids this all the time, my students, as well as you got to learn the basics first. Once you get the basics down, you can do all the different creative things and stuff like that. So speaking to me, this was good. It's going back to the basics, like just being consistent at whatever it is and taking it, steps and steps at a time, instead of being like, oh man, yep, I'm about to get in the gym. I'm about to work an hour. I'm going to work out for an hour and all this stuff. And then you hurt yourself because you're just doing everything and stuff. It's just a mess, right? So taking those baby steps and stuff and getting yourself in there and learning and going back to those basic things, right? Number 5, find an accountability partner, right? It says, let me see. My wife loves my blog posts, not just because she's my wife, and expects to see them land in her email inbox every Thursday morning. But if I don't produce, you'll need to answer to her. So there's just those things, having an accountability partner. And I think that's another thing too. I really probably could use an accountability partner, and something I would get accountability partner, and then I don't know, for some reason it just falls apart. I'm not being pushed like I need to, or I'm not pushing another person, that type of thing. So we'll get going, we'll be good, and then it's just like, dude, what's going on? You're not doing this and that type of thing. So I need to get back to that and see who's going to be a good accountability partner, that type of thing. Honestly, my husband is a good accountability partner, but I just tend to still not do it. He be trying to be like, up, you say you're going to get in that gym. You're going to eat healthier, blah, blah, blah. He's pretty consistent with a lot of things that he does, but I'm still struggling. God ain't through with me yet. All right, I'm going to get there. All right. Number 6, forgive yourself and move on. Right. This one is so important because we often beat ourselves up when we fail to follow through on our plan. Some resist setting goals and making plans to avoid this unpleasant experience altogether. But instead of avoiding this reality, understand that it's simply part of the game. For instance, as I mentioned above, my goal is to write at least 100 words every single day. The bragging rights alone is a powerful motivator to nail this goal 100% of the time, but I don't. So the person that wrote this is a writer, journalist, things like that. So he refers to a lot of the writing components and stuff like that. I didn't read all of those things, right? I'll go into those a little bit more later. Like I said, I'll put that in the description. But forgiving yourself and move on, right? Don't beat yourself up. You get those things, oh man, it just didn't happen. Oh, well, it just is what it is. I'll wait till next year and go about your business, right? No, forgive yourself. Oh man, I screwed up this week. Let me hop back on there and keep it moving. Let's do better next week, right? Try to beat yourself, right? So that type of thing, all right? And then finally, find joy in the process. Find joy in the process. Are you ready to start making traction in your endeavors? Be consistent, be present, expect hardships, and do the work. Take your health, your relationships, your career to the next level, and enjoy the ride on your way there, right? So good, valuable information. Like I said, I didn't read through every single thing, but I thought that was some good stuff. Like I said, my question was, why do I struggle with consistency? And I wanted to find answers, right? You have a question, then you try to figure out the answer, right? Instead of complaining about it all the time, because I be beating myself like, this don't make no sense. The year is almost over and I still ain't did what I said I was going to do, health-wise and all that stuff. So my dig a little deeper. I never really had much to be consistent at, and I want to change that, right? So I love y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get on up off of here, but Dig a Little Deeper Fridays, part 1. And until next time, Abs Nation, keep on marching on. Bye.